Claypool, Chase Claypool, no longer a member of the Chicago Bears, was told to stay home. That's what some reports are saying in Sunday's defeat, courtesy of the Denver Broncos. But either way, it seems as if from the entire time he was a member of the Monsters of the Midway, the effort, it just wasn't there, Tom.
Well, when you said C block, I thought you meant see you later.
Yeah, okay.
Because, you know,
that applies too.
With Chase, it's super unfortunate because he came here with the credentials of being a big-time wide receiver. And for the whole year before he came here, they talked about how badly the Bears needed size at wide receiver. Here's a 6'4", 235-pound frame wide receiver that you thought that would fit in perfect and be a great assistant to Justin Fields. Never worked out that way.
And a heart the size of a golf ball. Now, hey, folks, this is no small deal. Think about this. You know, this is a big swing and a miss by Ryan Poles, the general manager. As Tommy just said, we needed somebody to show up. Little Lord Fauntleroy, Mooney's out. We need somebody to help Justin Fields in this offense. And yet we got almost zero from this young man. And what did we have to give up? The 33rd pick in the draft, which became the 32nd, the last first-round pick of this past year's draft. Now, if you look at what he was able to bring to the table and what we actually thought we would be getting, worlds apart. And you know what? We know this, that on so many different levels, he failed the Chicago Bears. So in my mind, I'm saying good riddance, because when you've got a guy that needs to show up and be there and help the team chop wood and he refuses, see you later.
Yeah, if you're a younger wide receiver in this Bears offense right now, do you see this as an opportunity that really is presented to you? Say, oh, he's not there anymore? Now it's time for me to take the bull by the horns.
Velus Jones Jr., Tyler Scott, more opportunities for Darnell Mooney, who is another model citizen along with DJ Moore. Open up the offense, give more opportunities for EQ St. Brown as well.
Absolutely. This does open the door for St. Brown.
Absolutely. And we saw last week the offense, was that a coincidence? That it picked up, and it was so much more effective on so many different levels. Hey, if I was a coach, I'd get that tape of Claypool and say, this is how you don't want to be in the NFL. Guess what? Now he's out of the NFL.
Does it also send a message inside that locker room? Hey, guys, this is a team sport, and if you're not on board with the message that we're trying to send, then guess what? Like you said, good riddance.
At 0-4, this should not be the only transaction we're talking about. This team needs a big wake-up call and the riot act to be read on a daily basis, not once in a blue moon.
Yeah, when you're trying to game plan, if you're Luke Getsy, does this maybe push DJ Moore into the fray just a little bit more? We saw what he was able to do, 8 receptions, 131 yards, and that touchdown. Feed a hungry receiver, right?
Well, you know, I don't think Luke Getsy is apprehensive about including any of the other wide receiver candidates they have on this team. They're not going to the microphone weekly and talking about a disgruntled wide receiver disappointed in his use. Every other one of these guys, they want to contribute. They want the opportunities. So this is what the Bears need.
And here's the big picture. This is a defense that gave up 70 points. If I'm a wideout, I'm fighting anybody to get on the field to try to show what I can do. Just the opposite occurred.
Yeah, was it odd to see Chase Claypool kind of sit there and just walk himself right into the lion's den with that line of questioning? It almost seemed as if you knew where this ship would head after everything went down.
Well, and I don't think the coaching staff had any choice in the matter. After, you know, that little confrontation with the media, it was time to go ahead and fish or cut bait. It was time to get the knife out and cut bait.
Yeah, when you take a look at things, how they went down in your day, if you policed that locker room, there would have been no comments like that.
Did you do this at Notre Dame all the time?
Yeah, you should have gave everybody the goods, Tom. He's a Golden Domer.
The thing about Chase, though, he's not a desirable commodity for other teams. They're not going to go and say, hey, Chase, can you come to practice tomorrow? We need your help, because of the attitude that's infiltrating the locker room.
Yeah, does that help clean things up a little bit inside of that locker room? Because when you get one bad apple out, sometimes you know what the cliche is. They could spoil the bunch, and right now you want to have an upbeat attitude.
Well, you never want a negative message that infiltrates the young guys on this football team, because you don't want them to carry that type of message going forward. You want to have a guy like DJ Moore who's got a great attitude, a great work ethic, along with Darnell Mooney, things like that.
The best performance of the year, addition through subtraction. Remember that.
We will see that, and hopefully the Bears are able to add in the win column and get that first W of the season.